So my name is Aurelija. Probably you met me yesterday at some point in the evening. And I work at the advertising agency, Milk, in Lithuania. And I have a very beautiful name, which translates to multiple things, including checking routers and internet connection. But my name, naming is head of digital. So I do platter things at the advertising agency. And I'm super happy to be here right now with you. And the reason why I'm happy is that I never thought I'm going to be talking to creative people, because I was always a geek, like all the time. The one story that summarized myself as a person is that when I was 14, I was at the music class, and the teacher asked me to sing a song, and I thought, Jesus, what an efficient way to deliver the information. So basically, all the arts, all forms of arts, like singing, dancing, doing things, was more of the why not so productive? You can like pick it up and put it somewhere. So all about the efficiency, right? So it happened to me until I was 22. I did finance, I studied economics and like hardcore stuff. I went to Singapore, which is like probably most of you know is like crazy. And they're super, it's like a hospital basically.
Like a hospital?
Yeah. It's super clean, super nice, super tight, and you have to do things in the most efficient way. So I kind of felt at home, but it moved my personality not to the right direction. But at some point, I understood that good storytelling is the most efficient way to do it. The most efficient way to send the information, to communicate with people, to reach your goals. And I started working at digital agency. First, I started like plain digital agency, no ATL. And I think I found my match. And right now, I'm somewhere in between the internet hardcore stuff where you need to have analysis, you see numbers, and everything can be translated to numbers. And at the same time, you can be super creative and super fun, and just merge both of those. So this is my backstory. So I have structured my presentation in the very same way that I have personality. Is first, we're going to be doing more of the theory, but I don't want to say theory because it does change right now. So it's more of the picture what is happening online right now. What are the trends, what people are doing and how they're behaving. And the second part is going to be more about the practice part. I know, I put this slide on purpose because I knew you're going to be doing something late at night and we need some wake up call. Your glass. I saw it's not going to be hard, but I didn't say it's going to be easy, like on your eyes. So yeah, so this is my story. And I know what you're thinking right now. Shit, it's going to be a long day with lots of talking about online, doing things. But I really don't want it to be a lecture. So I need a conversation because I can talk about internet like all the time. Internet is my second favorite topic. The most favorite is myself, of course, as you noticed that at the beginning. But so I need to know. I need a feedback, like what you need to know deeper, better. I know the financing is a like important part, but what else you're curious about, I can explain you, and we can detour like whatever you like and think. So we're gonna have breaks. We're gonna have competitions, very small, but competition, yes.
Like likes on Facebook.
Like, yeah. So it's gonna be short. We will just make it, but yeah. So don't be afraid. Okay. So this is welcome to the internet thing, and let's get started, right? So okay. So the first part is internet, right? I always start my topics that internet is amazing in so many ways, and we're gonna talk about it. What is happening with people, right? How it started, what is doing it right now, how generations are changing. You mentioned that some social medias work really well for for the young kids, and the other ones are picked up by the older people. Actually, Facebook is the most popular right now at the older generation, grandmas right now. They're moving really, really in huge chunks. And another part is that GIFs are more popular than YOLO, but we will discuss it a little bit later. What does it mean and what I have in mind with that. Internet, why internet is so amazing and what's happening with it. Yeah, so internet became like staple. Like you have it on a computer, you spend like so much time on it. You chat with your friends on different platforms until 4 o'clock in the morning. And then that's wonderful, that's fine. But what happened? The devices got from this to this and then back again to a little bit bigger. And right now we have internet everywhere with us, like right away in the pocket. And data got cheaper, devices got lighter and faster, and we can do multiple things, like right there at a time. So, and that changed so many things. You can find the books online, like how even our posture, like length of fingers, like the way we sleep has changed because we use internet and devices so much. Like literally, there's a book called Internet Poses, where you just, yeah, it's a good one. I think they have 100 of those, where you just do different things. You do this all the time, right? Then when you sleep, you shift your computer just a little bit, just you could watch the movie. Do you do that? Or I'm the only one? Anyone? No? I will send you the book, but this is a good trick. So basically, it changed how we keep ourselves and what we do. And by what we do, I mean micro moments, right? So basically our days used to be like, this is the school, then the computer, then this and this and that, like huge chunks. And we think about like in the long-term things. But basically all our lives is a collection of micro moments that happens right away. Like I see something, I take a picture, I hear some song, I need to know who's playing. I need to buy something, my hair dryer like just broke, I need to buy it right now. So you can do instantaneously, and internet facilitates it, and mobile devices do that. So, but to explain it better, what is micro moment? Because you're gonna hear it a lot, like in the next, like a year at least. I'm gonna show you.
8 years.
What?
No,
next 8 years.
No, I'm not that good at prediction. I think a year.
A year.
Let's do it a year. 8 years are a little bit too much. Yeah.
Grinding sound when you turn the key?
Yeah, this is the ending. I cut the brand. So
it's an advert?
No, it's not an advert. I just basically most of the thought about online comes from Google, right? Because what Google does, they scan what people are like what they're doing, what they're behaving, and that was created. Basically, it's a research of the Google. So I just cut it. I don't know why. So yeah, micro moments, it's everywhere. We do it all the time, and you probably can recall like at least I don't know, 10 moments yesterday where you have to pull out your phone and do something. And what happens, that enabled people not only watch, search, and do things, but also create. And it's a complete different mindset. Like, it's complete different generation of people who behave in that way, who are not waiting for TV, for screening of the movie or a series of Game of Thrones or any kind of that. So it's a generation who wants it on their own, like right away, or the time that is convenient. And it's called Generation C. I have this picture because it's like super buff. They know what they like, they know what they do, and what they don't like. Generation C, C maybe because it's connection, community creation, and curation. Basically, this is why it's called C. And these are the people who basically, it's us. It doesn't define by any characteristics like age or social demographic, any kind of that. It's more of the what's your attitude, how you approach your life, your digital life, what you do online and what you don't. So basically, I think all of us account as Generation C. And it's a very, very strange and tipping point for brands and for the society as it is itself. As I mentioned, like in the previous times, it is still right now. If you want to deliver the message, then you have to go to the big screen or you have to go to TV, and then you kind of assume that people are gonna watch. But it's changing because you can choose if you want to watch it or not, and then you can go online and you have it streaming on Netflix, right? So connection means the people like to chat and share. So if you watch a content online on any kind of, it can be Wine, it can be Facebook, it can be all the other video streaming platforms, you want to talk with people about it, right? It's not a one-way communication where I tell you how to do it, I tell you what is good or bad. It's more like I show you how it is, how I see the world, and then people discuss about it. You probably have told me about the comments, like below the YouTube, and this is what people really like. They like the connection with people. They like the connection with who is creating the content, what's the meaning behind it. We had Q&A session yesterday, right? And we all had like sorts of questions, and from different angles, and people enjoy it. They want to have a feedback, and creators at last can explain themselves. I'm not saying that everyone has to react to bad comments and say, oh my God, maybe I did it wrong, or I'm sorry for that. No, it's more of the standpoint where I am, and I can argument myself and have a connection with the people. And that's why social media is like I will show you the statistics, like where people spend their online time. So community. Community is best what can happen probably online for brands and for creators. So people chat, right? Some are for you, some are against you, some like it, some don't like it, and that's the beauty of internet and the freedom. And then at some point, the communities are created. So if we watch the same content, we start the conversation about it below. If we if we play the same online games, if we do some kind of similar things, you can see the same people are connected in multiple ways, and they become ambassadors of the brand, or they become loyalists, and this is like really, really awesome thing. Community as well counts as a followers. Yep. So you're building people who are subscribing you and who want to get more and more news about it. Creation. When I said people are looking for good content or answers or anything, they're in the same way creating it a lot. Like a lot. You probably have noticed like how much of videos are uploaded every day in multiple platforms. But people are not afraid anymore. Like they're not afraid to put themselves out there and say like, this is what I think, this is what it is, this is my cat, this is my dog, this is the food. But this is not only in the shallow and lame way, which like I do all the time, but yeah, I do. But it's more of the self-expression, enablement, and that you don't need to have a camera, sound, and all the stuff to create things. You just need your mobile phone, and you just do whatever happens, and you can montage it on your computer or even like right away on the app. So the enablement of the devices and the speed to putting out there and the price, which is close to zero, except like the time you're investing in spreading it. So people are just doing it, and that's the way to learn how to do it, right? And then curation. Curation, it's more, has a very broad sense, but basically it's that you collect what you like. So this is where the Pinterest comes, right? You don't have to be a creator if you don't like to, because there are a lot of people who kind of wait until they have something to show, or they are not the creative type, but they appreciate good art. They appreciate good content. So the curation is like playlist. The curations are all of the music channels or Spotify playlists, or like anything where you can collect the content and create it and put it for the people, and it gets lots of followers, lots of followers. So there are people who don't do any kind of design. They do not do any kind of decoration, but they have millions of followers on Pinterest, and they make money out of it because they have a good taste. So if you have something to do with the graphic design, so the designer is not creating, not drawing new things. He is just taking shapes most of the time and making to look it really pleasant for the eye. So curation, I would think, is something similar, right? So this is Generation C, and in 8 years, you're gonna hear a lot about it. I'm just kidding, but take a look at it. In some countries, like in the United States, the Generation C is enormous. Like people like to put themselves out there. They like what they're doing. They are commenting. Even like on TV, they found a way to comment it. Like when YouTube, you just write down in the comments what you think. And on TV, you cannot do it, but still some of the really good shows happen there, or sports events. So they do hashtag, and they do a lot of Twitter. So they're finding the ways around. In some more, I can say as well in the smaller countries, because it's like grandiose of the people in big countries, that allows the self-expression be quite louder. But it's picking up in Lithuania as well. When I started working in digital social media, it was super hard to ask people to do something. If you're doing a competition or something, upload the image, upload video. Video, you can forget it right away. No one's gonna do it. But people started to doing that, and right now I see people even not asked are doing it for the brands. So this is Generation C, and okay, so we have devices. We have internet online. We are the Generation C, and we know the micro moments. But how do we spend micro moments, right? So we do a lot of scrolling, and actually I'm working right now on the app which calculates how many kilometers you swipe on your phone. So yeah. So this is my little project on the side, because I'm super curious, because I do that all the time. That's an impulse. This is what I do all the time. But basically, there are 3 major things that you are doing online. Is socializing, so it's around 30% of people. Then there is watching content. It's 40% of 30% of your time, 40. And then the rest goes to shopping, reading, and stuff like that. So basically, there's
statistics from the States.
This is aggregated for Europe and the United States. So this is the west part.
Okay.
But it's really hard. This is more of the general ways, because you can see the way people behave online really depends on the smartphone penetration, and then on the speed of the internet and the cost of the internet. I was talking with a guy the other day from Germany, from Google Germany, and he was telling they're not doing really well on only now picking up of watching video on devices and screens, when in the United States is like really popular because of how much data, like how much they pay for data. And what's people's attitude? Even in Lithuania, we pay quite a decent, like quite okay price, but people need to get used to it because they think, oh my God, watching like video on your not small screen, but watching on mobile device, it's kind of going to be super expensive. So it's a wait. So you need to wait until the entire circle comes. So yeah, so statistics is aggregated, but basically, if you look at the Generation C, this would be how people spend their time. Okay, so social media, content, and shopping. Okay, so flashback. 2 gifts are more popular than YOLO. I said that and I explained it a little bit better. Explained it that people prefer video content, and you can see by all the statistics, and which I'm not going to bother you with, but YouTube is spiking. All the video is spiking all over the place. YouTube is the second biggest search engine right now, because I don't really want to read. I want to have a solution. There's no superior form for anything as long as I need the information. I'm not talking about the art part, like the beautiful part of it. But if I need the answer, I'm probably going to go to YouTube and write down how to or do something. Like the last time I used Mac for 6 years, and last time I needed to create a PowerPoint presentation for my client in 20 minutes. So I didn't read manual or like PowerPoint, the how-to section. I did go to YouTube, and I did step-by-step everything, like how to animate, how to navigate, because you can find all kind of things over there. So preferred type of content, but not only the long form, not only the like YouTube 10 or 30 minutes, but the short as well. We started with the written content online, right? You can remember still like HTML and how it was structured. And then we moved more to the pictures, like to visual, where you can grasp the information right away. And then with the data, with the capabilities of devices, video is the thing. Oh, so yeah. And regarding like how they know the gifts are getting more popular than YOLO. So if you would check Google, they have multiple platforms. I'm not working for Google. I'm not selling it. I just really love what they do. So you can see lots of statistics, like what words are trending, for example. You can see how world is changing according to what people tend to write in the search field, and what kind of books are getting published. So for example, right now, everyone is getting like very personalized. It's the century of me. I want everything about myself, right? So you can even see the words of the community, society, giving back, or something like that, decreasing in general for the published literature. So this is how they know that YOLO is decreasing and gifts are spiking up.